To just take a second, relax, and just appreciate life. What's going on, YouTube? Ocho back at it again with another video. It's your Lone Ranger here. So basically, life in this curveballs. Life can be very deceiving at times, and a lot of times when we feel like things are going great and a lot of things are going, when the term all is well, all is good, all is well, that may not always be the case. A lot of times life will throw you good things and bad things all at the same time. Sometimes one at a time, and sometimes, either or for a long while, or a short time, But in order for us to be able to handle that, we have to be prepared. Have you ever just sat back and just thought about, the good things and the good essence of just being here? When you get out of nature, it makes you really basically come to realization about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You start to notice when shit starts to happen, good, you go for a set period of time. And then all of a sudden something bad happens. Now, why that may happen, we may never know. But how to handle that is basically, I want everybody to basically find something positive to do. So when you got something that's really, really good, how you guys are supposed to handle that is by basically being prepared. And by being prepared, I mean set yourself up, prioritize everything that matters most to you, right? Prioritize whatever matters most, and then be appreciative for what you got, and work for everything you have. Nobody's gonna hand it out for you, but basically, that's what you guys need to do. Make sure you're in your life, if you're on your own or at your parents' house or whatever the case may be. Take a second and start getting on your shit. Always change something better about yourself each and every day. If that means go out and find a new job, go find you a new job. If that means just sitting back and having to be the bigger person and apologize when you're wrong or even when you're right, do it. Because why I say that is because you never know when something's gonna come back on you. So, with that being said, make sure you're set up financially so you got money to fall back on and get through to life, whatever the case may be. I recommend like either $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000. You should at least have that much money put back. But it's not always easy. I understand and I get it. A lot of people were born into situations and are still in certain situations and had traumatizing events happen in their lives to the point where they got knocked down. And even to climb their way out or try to dig their way out of the hole, it takes money and resources. I get all that because I done been there before, and I'm still at the same time right there. I'm not anything special. Nobody, remember this, guys, always remember this, nobody's better than you. I don't care what nobody say, right? So, keep an abundance mindset. Think bigger, think positive. When you sit back and you always think about the negative and the negativity and all the bad shit in life, you start to basically find yourself in a deeper hole than what you already have been. Like, thinking about bad stuff is just gonna bring you down. What I like to do when I'm thinking bad, I like to change my mindset just like that. And it's not always easy, but you have to train yourself to get like that. What I like to do is I like to get out in nature, either record a video, start writing shit down, or even listen to upbeat, positive, uplifting music. Sometimes I listen to a little bit of everything, like Christian, country, sometimes rap, sometimes this, sometimes hip hop, sometimes R&B, sometimes, a little bit of everything, as long as it's positive. Because if you sit there and listen to negativity, you're gonna start thinking negativity. And then eventually you're gonna start feeling like negativity and not wanna do nothing, So, these videos all over the place. Excuse me, y'all. But have an abundance mindset, and that'll be a major key to handling life in this curveballs. Face reality. Wake up and realize the world we in. Understand a lot of people aren't gonna see the way you see. A lot of people aren't gonna feel the way you feel. A lot of people, everybody's basically gonna be opinionated on something. So when you wake up to reality and just come to understanding that never one and two people are the same, it'll get you very far. Because the simple fact, for one, you're not gonna talk out of turn or do something out of turn to provoke the other person in a way that, you know, a lot of times you're not even gonna mean to do something. It may just offend somebody, and then now you're just less short of a person. And either you need them or you don't. I don't think you really need them, depending on what they are to you, unless they're family, or sometimes family can even be toxic. But it's gonna save you in the long run. So just always come to understanding that you're never gonna know one and two people are the same. And it'll change a lot of your behavior. What else I want you guys to do to basically handle life in this curveballs? When something bad happens, like let's say you go through a breakup or a heartbreak. I say a breakup or a heartbreak, it's kind of the same thing. But let's say you go through a breakup. What you need to do is find something good to implement in place of that. So basically do something to get your mind off that, or off the situation, or whatever it is the case may be. I think I already said get outside and do something, but you know, basically if you go through a breakup, a good way to get over that person is find somebody else to come in place of that person. If that's what you got to do, if you got to go to that desperate, if you got to go to that desperate measures to do that, or sometimes it's better, you know, to take, you don't always got to take the high road. Understand that. You don't always got to. Like I said, time and time again, I'll be trying to basically get through to this channel. Steps are key. You know, you always want to take it a step at a time. So if you got to go to that desperate of measures and find somebody, it's all on how you look at it, but if you got to find somebody to in place the person you lost in your life, do it. Because you never want to just sit around and mope around and be sad and be upset all the time. That's what you guys don't want to do, because then you'll find yourself in a very deep depression, and it'll get to the point where you just stop caring about life and anything else, and you know you're pretty low at a pretty low part of your life when you know you just don't care about nothing. So I want y'all to stay clear of that energy, you know, because that can be very damaging to the soul. It can be bad for your mental health. It can be bad for physical health, leading you to do drugs and whatnot. So basically what I'm telling you guys is stay happy and stay positive. Never look down upon the bad. If you know, try to look out for certain, try to look out for certain mannerisms in life. Like if you see your friends starting to do bad or be negative, kind of start to distance yourself. I don't know if you should necessarily cut them off. If he's your close friend, as in you would die behind that dude or that female, whatever, distance yourself. I wouldn't necessarily cut them off unless you have to. We're going to talk about the cases in which you should, but unless you have to, I would just distance myself and get back on track and make sure, you know, you always got to make sure you're right and make sure you're doing good. So distance yourself. And if they want to ever talk or, you know, need help with life, talk to them and reach out and, you know, check up on that person. But, you know, you can't have negative energy around you, or else your energy is going to be negative. It's going to turn to it. So you want to stay positive and then encourage and motivate the people around you. Next video will be energy is neither created nor destroyed. So be prepared for that. I'll probably drop that in like 1 or 2 days. I gotta go to work soon, so I'm not gonna be able to record that right now. But in cases in which you should cut off a friend, I would have to say Stretch real quick, y'all. Oh, that felt good. Okay. In cases in which you should cut off a friend, maybe if they're doing negative behaviors and they won't change that negative behavior, and you're doing all you can to try to motivate and help that person, and there just winds up to be nothing you can do for that person. Because a lot of times you don't have the power, you don't possess the power to make anybody say or do something they don't want to do. But you can encourage and motivate them to do something they want to do. So if you can't get through them, if it's just not right up here with them, just like that on me. So then, in case you should cut a friend off, would be probably if they're changing you for the worse. Basically, if they're, that kind of ties into negativity. But let's say they're making you a way worse person when you're with them than when you are by yourself, which they will typically. A lot of people don't act the same. They say they can be themselves and be this and be that around their friends, but a lot of times it's not always the same. So if they're making you be a worse person than what you are, act out a character and show out in public, or doing something the normal in the right mind you wouldn't do, cut that person off. Another reason of why you should cut somebody off would be to probably encourage them and make them strive to do better, because you'll find a lot of people will try to depend on you, and a lot of people will try to drag you down with them. And like I said in one of my prior videos, you're no better than the company you keep. So in order to stay clear from that energy, certain cases maybe you would have to cut that person off. So that's gonna do it for today, guys. Excuse me if I sound a little tired. I recorded a video prior to this, which is gonna be uploaded before this one, but had a little bit more time before work, so I want to make sure I can get you guys another video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and email me and leave a comment, or about any questions you want to chat, video chat, any concerns, or stuff of that nature. I'm gonna start doing more marketing. I'm gonna eventually have my website up in due time. Probably give me a month or so for that. I gotta figure some shit out, get some more supplies, and then probably set up some way of payment by basically giving a lot of my followers and subscribers and a lot of my fans, or a lot of my family, my bad, y'all. A lot of my families and friends and shit, fans, whatever you want to call yourselves, or whatever you want to call us. We're gonna set up some some memberships and some stuff of that nature, so we can basically have some open discussions and start talking more in depth with life and whatnot. And I've just been kind of pushed for time lately. I've been having a busy schedule, and been trying to basically be out here maintaining for myself. So, which I'm fine with. But without further ado, y'all have a good day. Stay tuned, stay blessed. I love y'all.